Empire Earth is an ambitious real-time strategy game from the mind of Rick Goodman, formerly the lead designer of Age of Empires. The game's scenario is very similar to that of the Age series, but the big difference here is that you get to play through over 500,000 years of civilization, taking you from the club-wielding cavemen of the Paleolithic Age to the battle mechs of the Nano Age in 2200 AD. The game is divided into 12 epochs, each of which has its own unique technologies, units, buildings and look. At first you have mere sticks and stones, each of which has it, but as your society develops you're forced to learn the intricacies of more advanced warfare. Throughout the game you'll encounter numerous situations from history. Accompanying these events are various hero characters, each modelled on famous historical figures who provide bonuses to those units in their vicinity.
Waiting orders. Standing by.
As the game progresses, your units become more and more advanced until eventually they take the conflict into the air. During the game's latter eras, your airborne technology advances in leaps and bounds. If you think you've got what it takes to tackle the biggest challenge in history, keep an eye out for Empire Earth. EA Sports is soon to release the latest overhaul of its best-selling footy series, FIFA 2002, shown here on demonstration at the E3 show in Los Angeles earlier this year. The newest feature is the inclusion of an open passing system, which allows you to pass the ball into space, utilise through balls, and perform 1-2s. There's also a new tackling engine, ensuring that the timing and angle of your attacks will determine whether you get possession or a red card off the ref. When making plays, it's up to you to balance the risk against the potential rewards. Of course, there's the inevitable team and player updates, but as a bonus there's also a special World Cup 2002 qualification mode, incorporating an expanded injury and fatigue system. Austrian publisher Jowood promises a real-time strategy treat this autumn with the release of World War III Black Gold. The plot takes you forward to the near future. At a secret session of the Central Geological UN Commission, it has been revealed that worldwide oil reserves will run out in 8 to 10 years. This time span is too short for the globe's industrialised countries to switch their economies over to alternative energy sources. And as the superpowers rush to claim the last dwindling fuel supplies, conflict erupts. World War III has begun. As leader of one of the competing factions, have you got what it takes to win control of the increasingly scarce energy resources? Find out this autumn. The unit is lost.
You want to know if the party's over? Well, yeah. Party's over.
If you're a fan of gothic fairy tales or twisted fantasy movies like The City of Lost Children, then Evil Twin will be just your cup of hemlock. The story revolves around a young orphan named Cyprian, a boy with a tragic past and a dark and powerful imagination. After a particularly traumatic birthday party, he suddenly finds himself warped to a strange fantasy land inhabited by creatures from his nightmares. This bizarre world is cursed with evil, so Cyprian takes up the challenge to destroy the Blight, while also seeking a way to return to his own world. Evil Twin's gameplay is classic platforming fare, consisting of exploration, combat and puzzle solving. Combat and puzzles can be tackled in either first or third person, giving the player a choice between precision aiming and keeping an eye on what's going on around them. One big advantage of this world of imagination is that Cyprian's interest in comic books manifests itself as the ability to transform into Super Cyp, a mighty being capable of two fancy attacks, either a huge fireball or a wide-ranging lightning attack. Although Evil Twin's PlayStation 2 roots are visible, this beautiful blend of gothic fairy tale and platform action is destined to follow in the prestigious footsteps of similar dark games such as American McGee's Alice. Due for release soon from Austrian publisher Joe Wood Productions, Rally Trophy brings rallying back to basics. You won't find Colin McRae and his fancy navigation system in this game. Here you have only your wits and skill to rely upon. Drivers get to choose from a huge range of beautiful historic cars, all classics from the early days of rallying, such as this Lancia Fulvia Coupe. Once a course has been selected, you find yourself out on the starting line. And this is where you first notice Rally Trophy's major differences over its rivals. There are no pre-settings by computer or radio contact with guides here. It's just you, your driving skills and your knowledge of the course. And you'd better be good too. The game's sophisticated damage model severely punishes any mistakes. Every bump and scrape leaves a noticeable impression on the car and has an immediate impact on its handling. Throughout the game, the scenery is gorgeous and ranges from verdant forests and frozen Russian landscapes to sheer cliffsides and splendid castles. And when the sun cuts through the clouds, some of the lighting effects are truly spectacular. Fortunately, there's a wide range of camera options that let you choose how to view the graphic splendour. With its back-to-basics rallying, beautiful scenery and a plethora of classic cars, there's nothing better than Rally Trophy when you fancy a thrilling drive through the countryside. Fans of 3D shooters have often dreamed of using their rocket launchers to take the walls apart, drop ceilings on people's heads and remove bridges from the map. Well, in Volition's Red Faction, you can do just that. Volition's proprietary Geomod graphic engine allows you to deform the scenery with suitable weapons or vehicles, giving you a whole new way to deal with the enemy. Red Faction boasts an arsenal of 15 weapons, ranging from the handgun and riot stick, through sniper rifles and flamethrowers to heavy machine guns and the infamous Big Gun, a huge bazooka that comes in very handy for a little DIY urban renewal.
Intruder in Docking Bay 4 maintenance facility. Security respond.
There are also a number of disused vehicles that you can commandeer, including jeeps, aircraft and submarines, all of which have weaponry that can be applied to the scenery.
Intruder in Docking Bay 4. Security to Docking Bay 4.
But why is all this hardware just lying around? Well, the plot covers that quite nicely. You play Parker, a worker toiling in the mines run by the Ultor Corporation, far beneath the surface of Mars. The miners suffer inhuman conditions, and with a mysterious plague sweeping through their ranks, it's not surprising that rebellion is in the air. Once the conflict kicks off, most of the company staff are rapidly evacuated from the mines, offices and labs, leaving behind tons of nifty hardware for you to collect and use. If you've already seen the version of Red Faction for PlayStation 2, you may be asking what extra the PC version offers. For a start, the PC's mouse and keyboard-based control system is infinitely superior to the console's joypad. Being able to spin 180 degrees on the spot and pinpoint a distant target instantly makes the game a whole lot more enjoyable. Also, the PC's superior graphic capabilities allow it to provide a much greater resolution than the PlayStation 2 can achieve, although the texture quality remains identical between the two versions. But perhaps the PC's biggest advantage is its multiplayer options that enable you to compete online or over a LAN against up to 32, but perhaps the choice of arenas including Capture the Flag, Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch. What more could you ask for? German developer Fnatic has teamed up with THQ to bring you Zanzara, the enthralling story of a young girl lost in a bizarre fantasy world. On her 18th birthday, Amy receives a special rune key that opens the door to the magical realm of Zanzara. In this strange new land, she discovers the place where magic has hidden itself from the real world, and where elves, goblins, dwarves and fairies dwell. But something has gone very wrong, and the kingdom is being shaken to its very foundations. It's your task to guide Amy through the beautifully rendered world of Zanzara and try to put things right, an adventure that not only reveals her significance to the magical realm, but also to her own world. Besides the usual quests and sub-quests, Zanzara also finds Amy recruiting and training fairies to assist her. Amy herself is no fighter, but these fairies will fight on her behalf and clear her path of adversaries. And as the adventure unfolds, there's the opportunity to raise and train even more powerful fairies. It's like Pokemon for adults, if you will. And if beautiful 3D scenery and involving challenges and puzzles aren't enough, you can also step outside the game's storyline and take your battle sprites online to challenge other players and their own fairy warbands. Who would have thought fairies could be so much fun? Have you ever wondered why the majority of role-playing games are set in a Tolkien-esque fantasy world? Well, so have the people at Troika Games. They're the folks who brought you the novel and hugely successful Fallout series, and Arcanum looks set to follow in its innovative footsteps.
Isn't that an ogre among the wreckage? It seems very unlikely that an ogre would have the intelligence to fly such a complex device.
Arcanum's basic concept is of a world where magic and technology coexist side by side. Originally, there was just a world of magic, but once evil had been routed from the land, its people had the time to ponder other matters. Now, science and technology have risen as a rival to magic. As you might guess, character creation is an important aspect of the game. If you want to get into the action quickly, you can play as one of the predefined characters. However, for the more seasoned role player, there's an intricate system reminiscent of the Fallout series that allows you to generate characters who excel in either magic or technology, or even dabble in a little of both. The disciplines of magic and technology function counter to one another. Magic requires the caster to spend time and patience learning his art before allowing him to focus his will to bend reality. The main drawback is that spellcasting is a tiring pastime, and you'll find things run a lot more smoothly for the well-rested sorcerer. Alternatively, technology requires skill to produce, but can be used by anyone. However, it functions by following the rules of reality rather than by bending them, which means that technology rarely functions in close proximity to magic, where reality has been warped. The action is reminiscent of the Fallout series and Diablo, with combat taking place in real time. Unless ordered otherwise, characters use their own initiative to attack the enemy. This works out quite nicely, as it gives you time to think about special moves and attacks. Even so, if events get out of hand, you can hit the spacebar and switch to a turn-based mode, where you can think things through more carefully.
Are you blind? What in God's... I mean, better luck next time.
The plotting is truly impressive, with people actually caring who you are, how you behave and what you've been up to. Beautiful elves who assist the locals are going to get a much better reaction from the average Joe than ugly half-orcs with a penchant for cutting off limbs. What's more, you can take or leave many of the plots and quests offered, and choose your own path through the lands and moral quandaries presented.
You must find the boy. Find the boy.
Troika also claims that you can kill off major characters, lose quest objects, and yet still manage to complete the game. If you're looking for something a bit different from an RPG, then Arcanum definitely deserves space on your hard disk.
This man was a hired killer. Someone doesn't want anyone walking away from this blimp crash.
If you're a Formula One fan who's eager to get back in the driving seat, then you'll be pleased to hear that Infogrames has a Season 2000 add-on pack for Grand Prix 3 revving up on the grid. So what does this pack bring to your game? Well, as the title suggests, you get an officially licensed product that includes all the real teams, tracks and races from the 2000 championship season, plus implementation of all 2000's FIA rules, including stop-go penalties. This is all well and good, apart from the fact that we're well into 2001. Overlooking that small detail, you also get a new game mode called Quick Laps, 5 difficulty levels and 8 driving aids, meaning that drivers of any skill level will be able to enjoy themselves. And the camera views include TV and game angles, as well as a view from the spectator's perspective. The graphics and scenery details have been improved on all of the circuits, plus there are new circuits for the USA and Malaysia. There are also significant improvements to the rival driver's artificial intelligence and the debris collision model. All in all, the game modifications and updates are impressive, but there's still that nagging problem that the stats are a year old. If you can overlook that, then 2000 season is well worth a ride. Otherwise, you should probably wait on the grid for Grand Prix 4, which is due out next Easter.
My character's name is Matthew Addison. I'm actually, from the very start, the unknown factor in this whole equation. I'm posing as a plainclothes policeman. the commandos come in to do what they're sent to do, and they're not sure whether to kill me or cuff me and take me along with them. We're not sure what to make of him. We're not sure where the blame as an audience member. We're not going to be sure where to place blame. Who's the villain? Who's a good guy? Why? So it's constantly changing as the script progresses. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of speculation. One of those movies where people come to watch and they'll go, oh, I knew it was him, or I knew it was him, and they're going to be surprised.
My character, Rain, is like the Vasquez in Alien.
You think I won't kill you?
You know? I guess, the one with balls, basically. So I guess that's where I fall in. I'm like an ex-Marine, I guess, who decided to make some real money working for a private organization. So that's where I fall, ex-Navy SEAL. The video game rocks. It has a Hitchcock style to it. And if Paul can bring that to life in film, I mean, when's the last time you saw a really good zombie movie? I mean, you've got your monsters, you've got your zombies, you've got your great sets. And I talking to him, I knew that Paul had a passion for what he was doing, so I said, yeah, I don't care if I'm selling a hot dog as a zombie in his movie.
If we made a movie out of this, if we made a video game out of this movie, I would definitely love to go and make the little whatever film at the beginning, or, you know, definitely for this movie, I would make a video game. But I don't think just normally I would make a video game movie, just out of the blue. It would have to be a game that I really like. You know, I would have liked to have been involved with Final Fantasy.
We have a situation.
No!
Most elite agent will discover a secret war and fight its biggest battle.
You're safe with us. Welcome to Paris, Johnny.
Now, the man he came to help has become the enemy he was ordered to hunt.
There's a time for diplomacy and a time for action. Diplomacy is dead.
Really appreciate it if you don't do that again.
Kiss of the Dragon.
Someday, I'll be a knight.
Yes, William. If he believes enough, a man can do anything.
We could do this. In 1 month, we could be on our way to glory and riches none of us ever dreamed of.
You can't even joust.
I think he's getting worse. He is getting worse. I won't spend the rest of my life as nothing.
You have to be of noble birth to compete.
So we lie.
I have the pleasure of introducing to you a knight, sired by knights.
William Thatcher didn't make the rules. he was born.
I've waited my whole life for this moment.
To break them.
Yes! Thank you, I'll be here all week.
Well, that was different.
And you are?
Ulrich von Liechtenstein from Gelderland.
Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein. I would have him win my heart.
You're my favourite knight.
He's won 4 tournaments in a row. On a horse, that man is unbeatable.
If the nobles find out who you are, there'll be the devil to pay.
And pray that they don't.
Ulrich von Liechtenstein is not who he appears to be.
They're going to arrest you. 12 royal guards.
I love you. Run, and I will run with you.
I will not run!
I'm a knight. I'm here to compete. Let's dance, you and I.
Your name makes no matter to me, just so long as I can call you my own.
I'm the parent. You're the child running away to live by yourself. I should be telling you how to live.
How should I live?
Simple, don't go. Good luck. There, I said it.
But I do love you.
Put some pepper spray in your purse. Even if you're not sure, just start spraying.
Tell me that isn't yours. Of course not. It's a 2-bedroom. I heard that there might be a job opening.
You start Friday night.
You're giving me a job?
Coyote Ugly. Why would you name your bar that?
Because Cheers was taken.
Run, boys, run. The devil's in the house of the rising sun.
That's Rachel. You can take some lessons from her.
She just cut some guy's ponytail off.
I'd like you to meet my new bartender.
Violet.
Jersey.
It's just to get you started, okay? No problem.
Okay, I've never had anyone stare at my ass for half an hour, so I'm gonna say goodnight.
Just for the record, I was only staring at the first 15 minutes.
Is this a church meeting or is this a bar? Make some noise!
So I'm a coyote?
5 nights a week.
Now shake it!
Okay, give me a glass of wine.
You ain't got water in this bar!
This is the greatest party I've ever been to!
You're unbelievable.
Hi. Hey, can we pull you aside for a second? Hi. Hi? Hi there. Hi! Yeah, this is gonna sound funny.
You're saying Ms. Tech is from a future universe?
I hate this place.
Find a job.
This old guy, Grumpus.
So what's the problem?
My last hero sallied forth and got her limbs ripped off. How are you any better than her?
I'm a professional. Hit me. What? I was gonna pick it up tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow? You son of a...
You're not me there for a year.
Ow.
I'm pretty pissed off, man.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
There's a brilliant scientist.
Do I look like I care?
Step back, sister.
You don't know what you're talking about. Hold it. We're going up against gods? Oh my God.
Ha! That's 20 questions. You guys lose.
So what was it?
Anachronox. Man, you guys are dumb.
But you said it started with a U.
Yeah, I know.
I thought that Civ 1 and Civ 2 turned out really well. Civ 3 is built on the same basic concept. You build an empire to rule the world, but this time we're taking empire building to a whole new level.
On today's top story, the Valkyr crisis worsens with the murder of DEA Special Agent Alex Balder. Special Agent Balder had been shot repeatedly from a point-blank range. A suspect was seen leaving the site only moments after the shots had been fired, and the NYPD is currently in pursuit of Max Payne, a repeated felon believed to be armed and extremely dangerous. A winter storm warning is in effect in the whole tri-state area, as both freezing rain and heavy snowfall continue.
From the NYPD. Drop your weapons and come out with your hands above your head.
This must be kept under wraps. If you try to go public with this, we will deny any knowledge.